I'm excited to take you on a little tour of some of the work that Boulder's been doing around energy and also our sort of work around environmental sustainability. We're standing near Valmont Butte, which is a geographic prominence from which we can see much of Boulder. It was an area, by the way, important to the Ute, the Cheyenne, and the Arapaho, which were the peoples that preceded us here. As you can see off in the distance are beautiful flatirons, which it's a little hard to see today because of the smoke that's coming, of course, from the fires that are taking place throughout the Northwest. So we're here today at VIA Mobility because it's one of the sites of a project that we've been doing that we think can be a part of our energy future. This is the Valmont coal-fired power plant that was built in the early 1900s and has been serving Boulder and a larger part of our region for a long time. Train loads of coal used to be traveling into that power plant every day, but we're happy to say that last year that coal-fired power plant stopped its operation. So this is a part of the past. Now let's talk about parts of the future. So I'm standing with Bill Patterson, the Chief Financial Officer for VIA. He's also one of the people that really made this whole energy project here happen at VIA. Bill, it's delightful to be here. I'm glad we're going to get a chance to go take a tour. Can you say a little bit about why this project was important to VIA?
Well, sustainability has always been important to VIA. We strive to be a very sustainable agency within Boulder County, and we jumped at the chance when given the opportunity to make our building more resilient.
And you have a lot of solar on the building already, correct?
We do. The building was built in 2010. We moved in 2011. It was custom built for VIA. We have been able to, over the 6, 7, 8 years we've been here, generate about 25% of our electricity through solar power.
That's fantastic. Now, it's also really important for you to be able to maintain your operations in the time of emergency, is that right?
Absolutely. We are a second responder in Boulder County, which means we're on duty to evacuate vulnerable populations with mobility challenges. That's what we do for a living every day. Our drivers are trained, and we are there to evacuate hospitals, senior centers, living facilities, anywhere that needs evacuation in those times.
And you also provide services to the first responders if they need it, right?
If need be, yes.
That's right. Well, so we should go see what the system looks like.
Let's go.
All right. So what is a resilient energy system? Well, let's go take a look at some of the major components. So for an energy system to be resilient, it needs to be able to keep operating even if the grid goes down. So one of the exciting features of the VIA system is that it has a solar generation system, it has the grid backup, and then it actually has a third energy generator. We want to be able to make sure that VIA can continue its operations even when the main grid goes down. Well, what do you do in terms of the storage of that energy if the system's down? Well, over here is another component of a critical resilient system, and that is a battery storage system. These batteries are actually connected to the whole mainframe of VIA's information systems, so that if the whole system went down, they could continue to operate just out of the power stored in these batteries. Now all those different systems, the solar, the generator set, and the grid, then run through a power inverter that takes it through the rest of this system. Now let's go look at where that electricity goes. So in a big facility like VIA's that's actually charging a whole bunch of different things through their power system, of course it's a fairly significant amount of electrical gear that we put in. But part of the reason that we've been doing that is because we're actually preparing for the next generation of energy system for our community. That's when this solar plus other energy sources is actually going to power electric buses. So this is the HOP, part of the transit system for Boulder, which is also, of course, an integral part of our energy transition system. You know, Boulder places a huge effort towards us getting people out of their cars, onto bikes, into walking, and of course into transit. Well, part of the exciting process in this VIA energy system is that we're actually converting these buses to electric buses. So why is electrification of transportation so important? Well, because really, frankly, the only way that we know how to create low emissions clean energy is through electricity. So we actually need to electrify everything, our transportation, our homes, our businesses. So this really feeds into the larger strategy of moving everything towards electricity and moving all of that electricity to clean sources.